Alright guys, this is a spiritual video. Let's get these notifications off. This is a spiritual video. So you're not chosen one, you're not a chosen one. You're on the wrong page. If you're a narcissist, you're watching the wrong video, okay? The earlier you click off, the better for you, because you are going to get triggered. If you're ready for enlightenment, watch the end of the video with an open heart, with an open mind. If you think you doubt what you're watching, what you're listening to, you can go do some research, okay? Do your own research. You'll still come back and confirm that what it is I was saying was the truth. It's the channel of truth. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Black sheep, chosen ones. We're living in a spiritual world, okay? I have to make sure that I don't sit on this. We're living in a spiritual world. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. The moment you understand that is the beginning of your enlightenment. And it's also the beginning of your freedom. Now you're the chosen one of this family. You was born into a very dysfunctional, narcissistic, probably family. You don't know why things happen to you. You don't know why life is moving the completely opposite direction. Your parents knew who you are. Your family knew who you are. Even if they didn't know by the time, they are going to know who you really are. They are going to come to the realization that you are indeed a chosen one. It is going to be very difficult for them to understand this. It is going to be very difficult for them to digest this. They are going to struggle with this truth. But at the end of the day, it's the truth, chosen ones. These families that you're born into, you have a dysfunctional family system. But first of all, you must have a very dysfunctional parent. And then follows the siblings, your brothers, your sisters. And you guys, you know that most of these dysfunctional families, usually by some, for some reason, they tend to be a couple of them in there. But even then, they're not a lot. Even if they're not a lot, there may be maybe 2 or 3 members in the family. When you are born into these families, you are going to be born by either 1 or 2 dysfunctional parents. These parents, for as long as they've lived, they have been accustomed to a certain cycle. That is what they have known for their entire life, even before you came in. So what we're really talking about here is that the parents already have particular spirits attached to them. Many of your parents, actually, they have already lost their soul, like we've said so many years ago, especially when you're dealing with narcissistic family dynamics. These narcissistic parents, your parents, even that you didn't know at the time, back in the days, they are attached to certain spirits. These are demonic spirits. And the spirits can be so many. They can manifest in very many different forms, various forms. You guys know that in dysfunctional families, we are dealing with generational cycles. As a chosen one, you pop out of your mother's womb. The very first person that will receive you is your mother. And eventually, your father will walk in, in that time of your birth. What you're dealing with here, you're dealing with an individual that is attached with certain demonic spirits and demonic energy. For you to be able to understand what is going on in your family, you first of all have to look at things from a spiritual perspective, because everything that manifests on the physical, it is already manifested in the spiritual. It then manifests in the physical. Now, due to the fact that these parents are attached to demonic and evil spirits, these spirits are going to recognize you from birth. So the very moment they walk in, they are going to figure out, even if they may not have all the details, like on the 3D level, on the spiritual level, they have already figured out who you are. Now they don't know what to do with you. So your parents are thinking now, a couple of days later, maybe your mother left hospital, they went back home, you was a baby. So maybe your mother thought, I'm going to put this kid up for adoption. Chosen ones, I want you to listen very closely. Be very attentive. Do not go anywhere. Sometimes if it's a single mom, for example, dysfunctional mom, maybe that mom was a prostitute, or maybe this mom is a narcissist. In whichever way you want to look at this, this parent may have thought, I'm not going to raise this child. So they may have decided to maybe hand you over to the baby homes, or maybe to the grandmother, or to, it can be any place, but they are actually running away from this responsibility. And this is what is manifesting on the physical, on the 3D, on the physical reality, on the physical realm. They're not ready. They don't want to handle you. They don't want to take this responsibility. Maybe sometimes your father is going to run out of the house. And eventually, something may have happened along the way. Maybe even sometimes it has been the case and you was handed over to your grandparents. So ever since you was a child, you grew up with grandparents, your uncles, distant family members. Your parents never took any responsibility for you. That is what has been happening, manifesting on the physical realm. In the spiritual realm, you have been rejected. The reason why you have been rejected is because a chosen one is a cycle breaker. These spirits know your presence in that unit is not welcome. What they are going to do now, these ideas will start popping up in your mother's mind, in your father's mind. Let us put this child up for adoption. Let us put him that way. Let us put her this way. They are running away from this responsibility because they know on a spiritual level, you are a cycle breaker. You need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that anybody who is here to break any form of cycle, you are not going to be welcome anywhere, because there's even a very big likeliness, like I've said, you have already been born in these families. Let's say, for example, things don't turn out well, and maybe for some reason they are even forced to keep you in that home. They are going to make your life very difficult. Sometimes you will not eat. Sometimes your mother will refuse to breastfeed you. You may sometimes, they may drop you off on the bed to sleep. They may have refused to cover you. So when you was a kid, maybe you got pneumonia or you got some kind of sicknesses. These kind of things have been happening ever since you was a kid. There is an energy, there is entities that you're dealing with that are not happy with your existence as a chosen one. Now that is when the drama starts for the black sheep of the family, the chosen one. As you grow up, you start learning about your siblings, okay? You're getting this awareness, you're growing, you're evolving. You start learning and seeing your siblings around, your brothers and your sisters, you know, and you're struggling to fit in. You want to be like them. You want to do what they are doing. You want to talk with them. You want to laugh around with them. Even sometimes you have succeeded. But on a very spiritual level, these family members of yours, they do not want to share their life with you. So it is like they also reject you at a very young age. Whenever they are talking, you come around, oh, you want to join them to play. No, you cannot join us. This is only us, and, just stay on the side and stuff like that. And these are things that have been going on for a very long period of time. You continue growing, chosen ones. You reach your teenage years, punishments. Maybe sometimes your other family members were sent to school. Your parents thought that, they don't need to go to school. Or maybe sometimes when it was your time to go to school, they couldn't support you. They didn't have the funds to do that. For some reason, by any mysterious chance, they did not have the funds to take you to school. Even then, for some reason, by some miracle, you have been able to attend school. The school has been a problem, okay? You was in school, fitting in continued to be a problem. Scapegoating continued to be a problem. Bullying continued to be a problem. Eventually, you were suspended. You went back home. You was punished. What happened with you? I sent you to school to do that. Why did you do this? You have been suspended. You have been expelled. You have been punished. You have seen everything. We're talking about the life of a chosen one, the black sheep of the family. Your parents, even if they want to accept you on the 3D, they cannot accept you energetically. So whenever you show up in your family, maybe you saw your parents came back home, they greeted everyone, they was happy to see everybody, all the kids around you. They was not happy to see you. Sometimes even your parents was like, okay, you guys, I'm going to send you off to have holidays at your grandparents or things like that. You was left out. So all the beautiful opportunities, for some reason, mysterious reason, you have missed these opportunities. Things that would actually make you happy as a kid, as growing up in this family, that even sometimes you don't even know at that time that is dysfunctional, even if you have been actually aware of a lot of dysfunctional behavior and patterns and cycles within the unit. Now, as a chosen one, in your early years of evolution, like we know that not many things make sense. You are trying to make sense of everything, okay? Why is your father a drunkard? Why does he always come home drunk? Why is he always beating your mom? Why are they always punishing you? Why are they always shouting around, manipulating, abusing you? Well, you don't understand anything as a black sheep, but you're trying to make sense of everything. In the spiritual realm, there is forces that you're fighting. These forces, like I've said, they know that you are a threat. But now you're here, okay? At least even in the 3D, they know that you're here already. And everything that is happening around you is an energy of different forces fighting against you spiritually. Although physically it manifests as punishment, as rejection, as isolation, as abuse, you can name it all. We're talking about the life of the chosen one, the black sheep of the family. The family of a chosen one, there is something that is almost clicking in their mind. They feel that you're different. They can feel that for some mysterious reason or for some miraculous reason, you always tend to get up somehow, Everybody has been pushing you down. Your parents have pushed you down. Your mother pushed you down. Your father pushed you up. Your brothers pushed you down. But for some mysterious and magical reason, you always got back up on your feet. When we are dealing with dysfunctional family system, we are dealing with a network of energy, okay? Evil forces that are fighting against you. The cycles that you've been trying to break, you are trying to break as a chosen one. These are cycles. There is forces in the spiritual realm that don't want these things to be broken, because this has got to continue. Okay, when we're talking about evil activity, demonic activity, these are things that are meant to continue flowing. Like I've told you, these are generational patterns and cycles. They have already been happening for so many generations of years. Over the years, it has been happening for you, from your ancestors, from your grandparents, great-great-grandparents. It has been a repeated cycle. It is a cycle that is designed, or it has been established to continue in those units. If it has been drunkardness, it has been meant to continue. If it has been narcissism, it has been meant to continue. It has been deaths, whatever it is, so many different kinds of cycles, they have been meant to continue, because you're dealing with an evil force, or rather, evil forces. Your establishment in that family will be very difficult, okay? Some black sheep have actually walked away from these units at a very young age. It's why I've told you guys sometimes that you may find even sometimes chosen people that are homeless. When you come close and ask them what is going on, they may tell you that, oh, their fathers or their mothers have already dumped them away, sent them out of the house, the family home, when they was kids, just because they did something wrong, or they did some small mistake like a child. Maybe you broke the TV, or maybe you poured something on the bed, or you could have done some mistake, some form of mistake, and for some reason, they have actually sent you away from the family unit. These kind of things happen in those kind of families where you are dealing with dysfunction. The chosen one will always have the most difficult upbringing in those units. What is really happening is that whatever it is you're here to do, your assignments on this physical realm are very heavy assignments. Not only heavy, they are very difficult. Okay? So when you're talking about black sheep and chosen people, some people think that their life is hanky-funky. You wake up and do everything what everybody else is doing. You wake up and live like everybody else, enjoy life like everybody else, but normally that's not the case, chosen ones. The different things are happening in the spiritual realm. We're talking about the life of a chosen one. Everybody knows on a spiritual level who you are. There's a very big network. There's a father, then there's a mother, then there's these other sisters, brothers, uncles, other family members. So all these things is a unit of, it's a network of you, or is a network within the family unit. If the father's not present, or the mother's not present, which parents we're talking about have ushered in these cycles, the role may be extended to other family members. So this time it could be a sister that is going to deal with you. It could be a brother that is going to deal with you. It may be an uncle that is living with you that is going to deal with you. It may be even sometimes be a grandparent if they are living with you. We're talking about the life of a chosen one. They know who you are. You're not welcome. You will be rejected. You will be punished. That is what it takes to be a black sheep of the family, because spiritually, you're on a mission. You're the man or the woman of the mission. You have got work to do. Now, usually, at some point later on when you awaken, there is going to be a very massive shake-up, like I've said. You're going to trigger these individuals to realize what the truth is, or what the truth has always been all along. Even if they never listened to you way back in time, they never believed in you, the moment you awaken chosen ones, I can guarantee you, all your power is going to come back to you. That is when you're a narcissistic parent, and this is something that I've seen. They are going to come face to face with their own demons. They are going to come to the realization that what exactly you're all about has been moving into those families, being born into those families, and living in those families, so that you are able to break that family out of certain cycles. That is when they are going to get this realization, sometime upon your awakening. We're talking about the life of a chosen one, the black sheep of the family. I want to let you know that in this video, I want to let you guys know that most importantly, chosen ones, you don't need to explain yourself, okay? When you have awakened to the truth of who you really are, you do not owe anybody an explanation. The only thing you will ever do for yourself as an awakened person, as an awakened black sheep or chosen one, the only thing you will ever do for yourself for you to be able to embark on this journey fully and successfully is to start detaching eventually from that unit. Get away, find some time to heal, do some work on yourself. When you're breaking cycles, not only are you breaking away physically out of these cycles, you're also cutting some cords energetically. We're talking about in the spiritual realm, because the veil has been lifted. All these things that were hidden back in the days in the dark, they're coming to light. Everybody's starting to see the truth for what it is and to see people for who they are. Even sometimes you're going to wake up some of these family members. They could have been the problem back in the days and they was not aware of it. You have awakened. They're going to realize what the problem has always been. Even sometimes they're going to start looking very deep into their lives and they're going to realize you have always been the chosen one this entire time. Let us know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys do know that I do love and appreciate your support. Book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. All the links you need, you will find them in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. Desamos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace. I wish you the very best of luck, chosen ones.